Hello and welcome to the Situationship Expert YouTube channel. I am your host, India Lynn, also known as the Situationship Expert, first on TikTok, now on YouTube. Today's topic is on something that I have definitely discussed in one of my lives before. Is chivalry dead? Is chivalry dead? Okay, so I've discussed this with men and women across the board, and to be 100% honest with you, I gave my position on it, but before I get into my perspective and my personal bias toward the topic, I'm just going to describe what a chivalrous person is. And if you happen to hear any noise in the background, that's my AC. It is really, really warm. But let's go to the dictionary, and you can pull this up on Google yourself if you'd like to. And it comes from Oxford Languages Definitions, all right? Check it out. The medieval knightly system with its religious, moral, and social code, okay? Historical context, knights, noblemen, horsemen, collectively, okay? This is what the second bullet point mentions. The combination of qualities expected of an ideal knight, especially courage, honor, courtesy, justice, and a readiness to help the weak. So this is across the board in terms of like knighthood. Usually when it comes to dating and relationships, a lot of women have made it clear that they are looking for a man that is chivalrous, right? And it usually is someone who exhibits these characteristics of being courageous, being honorable, courteous, and someone who's ready to help, right? And of course, if you have a man that shows up in your life who is all about justice on top of it, that's also beautiful. But a lot of women who mention chivalry being dead don't believe that they'll find someone who's honorable and who's courteous and someone who's ready to help them. And so that's what I really want to focus on today. So, do I believe that chivalry is dead? Let's get to the bottom of it. No, I don't. And I'm going to tell you why. First and foremost, let's talk on why I empathize with people who believe it's dead. I can say that I have also felt disappointed when it came to dating, and it's no offense to the men out here, because I know that there are incredible men out here. I've met kind men, courteous men, men that were ready to help me, but either they were in relationships already, or we had a brotherly, sisterly relationship dynamic, platonic across the board, all right? So yeah, I do believe it exists, because I have seen it for the very blessed individuals out there who have married men of that caliber. The cool thing about meeting men like this, even though they weren't for me, it gave me courage that I could meet men like them. You might have brothers who exhibit qualities of a chivalrous person. You might have coworkers that show it to you. You might go to church with people like this, or be friends with people like this. It exists. Another reason I believe that people say chivalry is dead is because they have been hurt in the past. And coming from a woman who has been hurt more times than she can count by men who were not chivalrous or were inconsistent with being chivalrous toward me, I still believe that it's alive and well. But it does not mean that I have not felt the effects of it and understand where you're coming from. Are there any men out here who still believe in love? Are there any men who still believe in being kind, right? And I realized, yeah, there are. You've met several. And then I said, you know what? I can complain about the fact that I haven't met my person yet, and that I haven't met enough men that were chivalrous towards me when it came to a dating relationship. But I also can do something about it. When I got older, I said, I actually want sons. And I prayed to God that he would bless me with sons. God is my witness. I did pray this. And I said it because I felt like the next generation needs some gentlemen. And so when they say there's no good men left, they're going to say, no, India's sons. They are gentlemen. And that's the dynamic that I wanted to leave behind for the next generation, is to set up a couple of young ladies with some incredible men that were raised to be chivalrous, to be kind, to be loving, all of the good things, right? So yes, chivalry is not dead in my opinion, and I feel that we can all keep it alive and well. but I also believe in being a fair lady. Like, yeah, we're not a part of the medieval knightly system. We are far gone from the historical context on how it was originally set up, but we can still carry ourselves in such a way that is attractive and attracts men that will be respectful to you and kind to you. We have to touch on the fact that women did carry themselves in a certain way, and I'm not trying to go against feminists out there in any capacity. I believe that you can be rough around the edges but still be very respectful to your partner, and I believe that you can joke a certain way and still be respectful and honorable toward your partner. And I think as long as we leave room for respect in a relationship and, you know, are courteous to our partner, considerate toward them, your knight in shining armor would gladly be right there for you and would be honored to have you on his arm to this day in 2025 or whenever you're watching this video, right? So I believe it goes both ways, and we can heal what has been hurt and what has been broken by carrying ourselves in a way that exhibits the same virtues that were instilled in a lot of these knights back in the day, right? So is chivalry dead? No, because I believe that we can keep it alive and well. If you enjoyed this episode of the Situationship Expert YouTube channel, let me know in the comment section. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and share this video if you feel it can be helpful to someone else. Until the next video, take care.